Hey everyone, welcome back to Painted Studio. It's Maury Curtis Dunbar, mistress of many messes. And we're back doing more fun things. Thrifty Thursday is in full effect today, so we're going to transform some inexpensive tank tops, glam them up, and we're going to be using our brand new Maryland foil to do this. It's going to look amazing. And we're going to use that foil on two different shirts so that you can see the difference that a translucent fabric foil makes with the color of the background that you're using. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with a white one. Now I'm going to angle down. You may see my son buzzing around here because he is in here helping me out today. All right, let me pull this down. Now, I've already cut my design, and today I promise to be smart enough to remember to weed the exterior line of this, because last time I forgot to pull off this outer stuff, which I always save for last. And I made what was supposed to be a seashell ended up being a sea slug. And what I'm working with is our Heat Transfer Vinyl Adhesive. Otherwise, I'm going to call it vinyl adhesive from now on, just to shorten it up because it's a mouthful. And I have cut my design out into it already with my Cricut maker. This particular one is a peacock. And if you've watched earlier videos on how to use this material, I'm sure you're familiar with it. If not, let me know and I will again explain the process. And if you're not familiar with this stuff, the stuff I'm peeling off is actually the adhesive for the foil. And the clear film on the back is simply the carrier for us to put it onto the surface. There's a little bit cut out right in there. And again, if you're not familiar, the reason I don't weed this outer edge is this back carrier film is adhesive on purpose because you want it to help you stick your design to the fabric. But if you weed it all out and then walk away from it for a couple days, which is what I normally do, then you've got this sticky piece of stuff floating around and it's likely to get ruined. All right, so I've pulled all my exterior stuff off. I have a piece of my hair on here, so I need to get that off. Oh, come on. Really, I don't want to heat fuse my hair to my shirt. And all peeled off. Now, I will do another day again in the future where you're going to see me do the whole process of doing this with the Cricut, programming the cut. You can watch the cut work, all of that, but right now what we're doing is simply using the one that I just cut. And so when you're doing letters, because this is the side that goes up into the cutter, so when you're doing anything with lettering, make sure you mirror it. Why? Because when it comes to the shirt, you turn it right over. And so now we apply this to the surface, smooth it down, and this is going to be very hard to see because it's on white. But I promise you, I can see it. And then we're going to take an iron that has been set. The first setting I always try is silk. T-shirt can handle the heat. This can handle, the adhesive can easily take wool. I just like to start as low as possible to see if I can get the transfer to work with less heat. Because it's summer and it's hot and I don't like sitting over hot iron. But I have a feeling I got to bump this up to wool. Always wash your fabrics before you do this because the size in it can interfere with the way things bond. Now, I did it on a pair of denim shorts that hadn't been washed because I forgot to wash them. I got very lucky. It didn't interfere with it. But t-shirts are even worse for this because they put so much stuff in them to keep them stiff enough to fold well on shelves. So you want to definitely pay attention and wash your shirt first. Okay, so this is pretty thoroughly melted, and the melting, what I'm doing is you're heating this vinyl adhesive, sticking it to the fabric with heat and pressure first, removing the backing and then fusing the foil to the Heat Vinyl Transfer Adhesive with more heat. Let's see if this will peel back easily. Oh, it's peeling back well. Let's hope it keeps peeling back well. Now, when I do t-shirts, I use what's called a sticky board. I come back over and warm this up a little because it doesn't want to roll back here because I had the heat on way up at the top and kind of had let it cool at the bottom. Okay, a little piece of stuff pulled there. And all I'm going to do, instead of trying to stick it down, I know I have a scissors somewhere, I'm going to trim this little piece of stuff off that you can see pulling up, because it'll make for a bad final detail if I don't. And that's actually part of the reason we use these sticky boards, because if you saw when I was peeling it away, things wanted to pull a little bit. And if you don't have an adhesive, and this is by a sticky board, it's a piece of cardboard that I sprayed some spray adhesive onto and then let set up and dry. Your t-shirts are stretchy and the adhesive is not, so it's pulling apart when you're moving it, and it can cause a really unattractive result and a very misshapen release of your pattern. Sorry, I've got stuff flying everywhere. All right, so we're going to take our Maryland foil, which we showed already this week, released over black, and it has this beautiful oil slick iridescence. So now we're going to take a piece of it, and I'm going to do something right now because I did this wrong the other day and ruined something. And I'll explain what I just did. These translucent foils are often very challenging to see which is the side that goes up and the side that goes against the adhesive. So when I take it off the roll, I put a little piece of tape on the side that I know is not going to the adhesive, so I don't accidentally do it the wrong way. Why do I do I did this literally the other day. I screwed up, I didn't have any tape on it, and I fused the foil backing to a piece of fabric and ruined everything. So when we send this out to you, you'll often receive your transparent, translucent foils with little pieces of tape on them. It's to help you not put that side down on the adhesive so you don't have a problem. All right, so now I can take the piece of tape off because I now know I have it down the correct way. And I'm gonna gently, I gotta check this fabric. I wanna cool that down just a touch. Actually, I'm just gonna take a piece of paper towel and use it like an ironing cloth. A little bit of an old-fashioned ironing cloth, because we do need the heat, we just don't wanna melt the carrier film. Now this is gonna take a little longer. This, oh, Desiree, you love Melody. Isn't that pretty? This is gonna look great when it's released. Now, you only need a few seconds to heat the adhesive up. It takes a little longer with the foil. We all know that. You gotta heat it up really nicely, iron the whole surface. It's gonna take a little pressure. I'm pushing on it a little bit. Let's see if I can see that it's grabbed. It's grabbed almost completely, so I'm gonna do a light press over here. Make sure all the little details everywhere are caught up, because I can see I almost missed the head. And I want to take just a little snip of this right here, because I think there might be even a little tiny spot right there that I'm not sure. If it sticks, there was adhesive there. If it doesn't, there wasn't. Well, there wasn't, so I'm fine. I just thought they might have missed a little spot right there. And I definitely want to press this all over. Make sure it's well adhered to the adhesive. Now, the other thing you have to remember with knit fabrics, if this is for clothing, you need to get stuff that's just a little big, because this adhesive is stiff. It doesn't have a lot of give. So if you put it on fabric that's snug on you and it needs to stretch, you're gonna actually crack your design. So definitely make sure that there's a little looseness in whatever you're putting on. So I bought these for myself, like all of them. Ooh, this is coming off. I didn't even have to wait for this to cool. It's actually peeling itself off as I'm peeling up the shirt, which is kind of funny. That's not what I expected. All right, I gotta come in here. This is actually releasing really well, considering that I didn't let it cool. All right. This may not, I'm learning, you know, each day I try this, I learn a little something new, and this may actually work well without having to cool to release the foil. Okay, we got the t-shirt off of there. Since it's already releasing without my help, we're gonna release it. Okay, sweet. Look how beautiful that is on the shirt. Now I have a little funky release right there. I can go back in with my Deco liquid or my Deco gel, touch it up with a brush and make the design complete. But it has a lovely oil slick look. How pretty is that? I hope you can see. Let me angle my camera and see if I can get a little better light on it. That's so pretty. I'm really happy with that. Again, like I said, and this is where I had a little bit of stuff that pulled off, so I could have gone back over, pressed it down a little more, but really what I'm gonna do is go back in with liquid adhesive, or knowing me, I just won't do anything with it. I'm gonna be really honest. That's what happens sometimes. Okay, so that's what it looks like released over white. And now I have sort of this lime citron green tank top. By the way, these are all little inexpensive ones from Target. It's not like I'm spending big bucks on all of this. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and then we're gonna put the peacock on the other side of the base of this shirt. And you might notice I position a lot of stuff off center. Not everything goes dead in the center of a shirt. I like that off center thing because then it gives me the option of using it full force in front of me or toning it down a little if I wanted to put it under another shirt. Let me find all these pre-cuts that I had. There's my other peacock, yay. Okay, I cut 2 of these the other night and they're actually bookended, so they would, if they were sitting next to each other, they'd be facing each other. And just gotta take my little tweezer in here, pull out the, ooh, that was part of the thing I missed. Shame on me. I must have been really tired when I was weeding this to have missed that big a chunk. Let's get in here. There we go. Just got to get it started sometimes, you know, it's like anything. Sometimes just getting it going is the challenge. Oh, I see. No, that was accidentally pulled off or something strange just happened there. I don't know. I didn't look very carefully. This was not one of my pay attention moments. Should have been, wasn't. Really what I did is I just tore a little bit off there. It's not like it'll notice in the final pattern. Come on. This is why when we tell you that the undercolor of what you lay your foil on is important, this is going to show you exactly what that means, especially with translucent films like this Melody foil, which is, oh my God, so gorgeous. And yes, I know before somebody else, it's not listed on the site yet simply because I ran out of time, hours in the day. honestly, I ran out of hours in the day, so that's happening tonight. Well, I sit quietly and watch TV with my husband. I'll be fixing the listings for this. There we go. This last little piece. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna put this one right here. Let's get it on the t-shirt smoothly. And I'm on my sticky board, so we're gonna start melting. And this one now you can see it better. When the heat hits it, it goes translucent and then transparent. It'll, in some cases, it will even look a little darker the more melted it is. And then we can peel it back. I'm sorry, I was trying to read somebody's, Desiree was like, use the scribble adhesive and outline the peacock using a different foil would really pop. Yes, you're right, it would pop. Sorry, I'm reading it on an odd angle, which is nothing new. Everything might be an odd angle in my life. So it took me a second to actually read what Desiree was saying. And again, as always, if I don't get to a question or comment because my camera is angled down and I can't read it and I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing here and not screw it up for you, just don't worry about it. I come back, I write it out, I write your answers out, so it's a little easier even to find the response instead of guess at what I said. Nice and warm right there, and then I'll move my iron down here to warm that spot while I roll this back, because that should help this roll just a little easier. And it's fighting me just a little bit right there. Come on. A little pressure on here. All right. Now, you might see there's a little fold under here. That is something that can happen. You can actually permanently foil a fold into your fabric, so be aware of that. Okay, we're getting a little pull back down here. Personally, I like doing this best on harder fabrics like jeans and napkins and stuff like that, because I find that the release is more consistent when you don't have to fight stretch. But this works. This does indeed work. So we'll do that. And then, so you can see we're a little bubbled here. That's because this spot didn't stick to the tacky board, which means I might be at the point of needing to do some more adhesive. And where did my roll of foil go? Somebody see my roll of foil? Somebody see my roll of foil? I'm calling to my child. I got it. I was hoping maybe my son saw it and I didn't, because he's here with me today helping me out. And he's the keeper of the time because we have to make it to UPS tonight for our lovely customers' orders to get out today. We don't forget ya, ever. Okay, so now we're going to do this one. I'll lay this completely over the peacock and tap it down. Ooh, this is warm enough that the foil grabbed it before I even got it on the surface. All right, so this is with the warm iron, the warm board, the warm foil. I'm not really concerning myself with whether or not we are going to have any foil adhesive melting. Or, foil film melting. This is actually taking it very well. Just also know that once you've put heat on these films, on these foils, and I call them film because it's a film that they're mounted to. It's called, this clear stuff is called a carrier film. So I keep saying film, but it's really the foil, so you can use that interchangeably when you're talking with me. I forgot what I was saying about the film. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. I'm not worried about melting this film. It's handling the heat well and everything's nice and warm. So I'm gonna take this for a second over here and knock a bottle of water on the floor. All right, we're gonna flip the camera up so I can do this for a second. Hang on, I just loosened the camera out of the tripod. All right, okay, I'm gonna fan this a second so it'll be a little cooler to release this foil. And let's see how we do. I'm being gentle releasing it because it's still a little warm. I think holding it that way is a bad idea. So let's go back down here. Would never have made it on The Price is Right. And, okay, because I'm stupid. Remember how I said don't always put the right marcation on your foil so that you don't iron it to the wrong side? Folks, that's exactly what I did. I have now ruined my shirt because I fused the foil film, not the foil, to the shirt. So this is why I say thank goodness this is not, these shirts weren't expensive. I did this wrong. I didn't put the tape on. I didn't take my own advice. I've done this twice now, so this is a good thing for you all to see, to know that it can happen. I can't get this off. This shirt, it's rags now. I have bonded this to my shirt. There's no getting it off. It's garbage now. So that's actually a pretty good thing though to see, because actually, although, Tori, would you I just threw the shirt back there. I just wanted to kind of play with a little foil adhesive now that I've ruined the shirt. I'm gonna push a little foil adhesive onto the shirt so you can see, and then I'll release this the correct way so that you can see what this color looks like over the green, over what this foil looks like over the green, because I have, you know, this little bit of stuff. Okay, my son is flagging me. We're gonna have to leave in just a minute. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a piece of stuff here. Give me a second. We're a 2-second fix here. So I'm just going to press some foil adhesive on here, and then maybe I'll be smart enough and put the foil down the right way this time, and you can see what it looks like over the green. Okay, so I pressed the foil adhesive. I'm peeling it off. You don't need to see that part. You've seen me iron. I'm going to take a little bit of fresh foil. I'm going to pay attention to which side I'm putting down. That's the correct side. There we go. I do this more than I'd like to own up to with translucent foils. It's really easy to have happen, so, you know, pay attention, don't do what I did. Learn from me. All right, let's cool this off for a second. I'm laughing at you because I did it too. Desiree, please laugh at me because, you know, my mistakes are funny. I'm not mad that I did it. I'm annoyed with me because it's wasteful, but it's a good learning tool. Okay, so now we've released it on this fabric. I'm going to put the 3 items next to each other so you can see the difference that the color underneath makes. There's the black item, and here's our white shirt. Well, at least I got one good shirt out of all of this. Gosh, yes. See, even as I'm telling you to be careful, I wasn't careful enough. All right, flipping camera down. So now here you go. You can see this is over black. This is over green, and this is over white. The final result, because this is translucent, your undercolor will change your look. All right, everybody, now that I've made a big old mess, and my son's over here flagging me because we need to get the packages out to shipping, I'm gonna head home. Oh, it was a funny reflection. I thought I painted my face or something. I'm gonna head home. We're gonna have a great evening here. You have a great evening there. Sprinkle it with a laugh symbol because I made a mess. Sprinkle it with a this is what you don't do notation, however you want to work it. But I'll talk to you all tonight. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Night, everybody. Oh, thanks, Ginny. Still love you, too. Your package is on its way.